Welcome to our little presentation on the topic of are men and women equal? So this is a very crucial question which we actually deeply have to understand. So let us remember, on the level of the soul, there is equality there. Not only between men and women, but between all living entities. Pandita Samadarshana in Bhagavad Gita. All living entities are equal on the level of the soul. But on the level of the body, there is no equality. As the soul accepts a body, the body acts like a certain vehicle. So I like to compare the male vehicle to a tractor, driving a tractor. It means male nature is practical. He wants to get things done. He wants to achieve things. He wants to move things forward and move mountains. He wants to be in the front. This is the vehicle of a tractor. Somebody has to play that role. So Krishna has given that role to the men. Men are meant to protect, provide and take charge. That's their purifying duties. And Krishna has given them a perfect body with the right qualities and the right natures, subtle and gross, to perfectly play this role. So in the female vehicle, I like to compare to a sports car. Feminine energy, very powerful, so much more powerful than the male energy. And sports car likes to be a little flashy, a little fancy. That's the feminine vehicle. Purifying duty of the woman is to bear children, to raise them, and to be the auspicious source of energy and inspiration to men. Prabhupada very nicely describes this again and again in different purports to the Bhagavatam. Auspicious source of energy and inspiration. That's actually the women's role we are meant to play. So very often we find that devotees are a little confused about this. And very often people say, but isn't that bodily platform? No. To distinguish between the two vehicles, that's not bodily platform, that's intelligence. To understand what kind of vehicle am I driving here? What are its natures and qualities? What are its purpose? What is its purpose? That's intelligence. Bodily platform is if we identify with the vehicle, if we think that is me. That is bodily platform, but not distinguishing between the vehicles. That's intelligence. And because of lack of this understanding that equality is there on the level of the body, on the level of the soul, we apply it on the level of the body. That's the illusion. Actually, the whole world is under. That's Maya's spell. Thinking that we are this body and thinking this equality should be there on the level of the body. But it's not. So now, this equality, this misunderstanding of thinking that man and woman is equal, this has very, very drastic consequences. This is actually what puts Krishna's system out of place. Krishna has actually given us a perfect system in order to create stability and harmony in this world. And all our social problems we are facing inside ISKCON and outside ISKCON, they're global reactions for not following Krishna's system. As Prabhupada was always saying, to every material problem there is a spiritual solution. So to all these social problems like divorce, child abuse, violence towards women, these are all global reactions for not following Krishna's system. In Krishna's system, they don't have any place. So if we want to really show the world how human life is meant to be lived, we have to get deeper insights into Krishna's system. So now this misunderstanding of equality of men and women, this puts everything out of place. As a result of that, women are actually competing with men. They don't agree to be subordinate, to take the subordinate position, because a woman can only give her energy to the man if she takes a subordinate position. As soon as she is in competition, as soon as she's equal, she can't be the auspicious source of energy to the man anymore. And therefore men as a rule become weaker. In Kali Yuga, the men become more feminine, the women become more masculine. And also the men cannot protect women anymore. Men can only protect if the women take a subordinate position. So all these results are there, which lead to so many other problems. It's like in mathematics, when we have 1 + 1 = 5, all further mathematics is wrong. So this understanding of man, woman being equal, this puts everything out of place. Everything else becomes wrong, because it is based on this wrong concept, which is based on bodily platform. So now Prabhupada was very often asked about this topic of men and women being equal. So how did Prabhupada respond? His usual answer was always, woman becomes pregnant, man cannot. How can they be equal? Can the man be pregnant too? Is it possible? And then he explains, as soon as man and woman unite, there will be a child. She will become pregnant. She will be dependent on him to support her. That is Krishna's system. So how can there be equality? Prabhupada says it again and again and again. And I want to finish with one nice little quote where Prabhupada again speaks about this. This was 27th of May 1975 in Rome on a morning walk. Yogeshwara is asking, here's a problem. The women today want the same rights as men. How can they be satisfied? Prabhupada's answering, everything will be satisfied. Just like our women, Krishna conscious, they are working. They don't want equal rights with men. It is due to Krishna consciousness. They are cleansing the temple. They are cooking very nicely. They are satisfied. They never say that I have to go to Japan for preaching like Prabhupada. They never say this is artificial. So Krishna consciousness means work in his constitutional position. The women, men, when they remain in their constitutional position, there will be no artificial, and then unfortunately it becomes indistinct because of loud traffic noise. We don't hear the end of the sentence. But Prabhupada very clearly makes this point. Both have to be engaged according to their constitutional position. And then if the men play their role and the women play their role, then there can be harmony and stability. And then Lord Chaitanya Sankirtan movement will be powerful, because then we can show the world how civilized and cultured human life is meant to be lived. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.